Welcome to the Blackboard Ultra training series. In this video, we're going to cover the basics of quizzes in Blackboard Ultra. Let's get started. In your course, navigate to your learning activities and to your quiz. Before accessing a quiz, you certainly want to spend some time with the instructional materials and adequately cover everything that you are directed to study in preparation for the quiz. So this quiz, as the title suggests, covers chapter 1 of the textbook. So at a very minimum, before entering this quiz, to be successful, you would have carefully read chapter 1. So to access the quiz, you would click its title. And please note the symbol for quizzes is this page with boxes and lines. It's slightly different from the symbol for assignments or assessments noted here. So again, let's enter the quiz by either clicking its name or clicking the box or clicking the symbol. And at this point, we find a little bit more information. We can see the due date for this quiz if the faculty member has published it. We can see that one attempt is allowed, and we can see that this quiz is worth 7 points out of your course grades. On a side note, speaking of terminology, Blackboard uses the term assessment, but your faculty member might be calling it a quiz or a test or an exam. So all of those represent the same thing. To begin the quiz, we would push the View Assessment button, which would initiate our attempt. If your quiz or exam or test is proctored, prior to seeing the actual quiz or test or exam, you will be directed through a couple of steps to initiate proctoring. So in our case, we see our questions to the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we're reminded of the due date, number of attempts, and points worth. So for this question, it is a fill-in type question. So you would type your answer here. And notice that this question is worth 3 out of the 7 points total. The next question is a multiple choice. So you would find the answer, select it, and that contributes 2 points towards the total of 7. And here is another fill in the blank type question where again you would type your answer and that contributes 2 points. So I believe this was an essay question and this was a fill in the blank. In any case, the experience is that you're presented with a box in which you are to submit the answer to the question or the prompt left by the faculty member. So at this point, we have reached the end of the quiz. This option is present here in case your faculty member has a question where you're prompted to attach a file or a video. If that would be the case, you would click Add Content, go to the plus sign where you can insert content, and then if you were directed to attach a file, you would do so here. If you needed to insert a mathematical symbol, you would do so here. An image or a video that you created. So those would be the most common tools that you would be asked to use inside of a quiz. And don't forget, your quiz is not yet done until you push submit. So let's go ahead and push the submit button. At this point, Blackboard gives us a little heads up that we are about to submit our test. And that's important because with this particular quiz, there was only one attempt. And notice that as soon as you push submit, Blackboard automatically takes the counter from 1 attempt to 0 attempts. So what happens if you are at 0 attempts and you realize that you may have left a question out, or perhaps you realize that you answered a question incorrectly? Well, your option is to reach out to your faculty member. You will find their preferred contact method as well as their office hours at the top of your syllabus, and you would explain the situation. And based on your instructor's policies, he or she may or may not allow you an additional attempt. So, with that said, you can view your submission by pushing this button. And at this point, you can see the questions, you can see your answers, and at the top right-hand side, you can see your grade once the faculty member publishes your grade, and then any feedback from the faculty member to you will appear in this right-hand side. Another way to see your results is to go to your gradebook, click on the Quiz 1 column, and see similar information. For more details on that, please view our gradebook video tutorial. Thank you.